Hello, my name is Chris Nielsen. The company's name is Nantronics. We've been in business for the last few years. The start of the company was from a business plan when I was in school. The idea was to move beyond just cell phones, clip-on plates, and induction mats to other products that could be used on an induction plate, where the induction circuit on the receiver side is built into the device, so there's no clip-ons, no extra baggage to carry around, no additional headaches. So we've got a demo this afternoon showing. I'll give you a little bit of history on some of the induction plates. People that already have the plates probably all know what I'm talking about. People that don't, it'll be a little bit of an educational moment for the plates. There's no selling here. So just some background information on some of the plates, the ones we support, the ones we don't support, why, some of the trends in the industry. Where is the industry going? Is it going out? Is it coming on strong? What's been happening there? And then we're going to get into showing the feasibility models that we've done so far using other manufacturers' devices, and then to wrap up, ideally we want to ask for the funding to manufacture our own devices with the built-ins. So first thing is to look at the video right now, and you're seeing that there's looks like 4 different charging plates there. There's the Energizer plate here. This is the LG. This is new onto the market. The power mat plates come in various shapes and sizes, and they've been out for quite a few years. I think they started selling back in 2006. So there's potentially a large base of these plates. Either people are using them or they're not using them, I guess, depending on where they feel they've got any use out of them. The last one I want to look at is this Duracell. This was an early entry to when Energizer brought their plate out. That is not technically an induction plate. Those strips of metal there actually transmit power, so that's some live voltage on that one there. So we do not support this plate here. If you have one of these plates, it's probably not going to be part of the induction future. If you're thinking about buying one, don't. None of the devices from any of the manufacturers other than the Duracell clip-on work on that plate. I don't even know if they make them anymore. So as you know, the Energizer has been out for quite a few years. The LG just came out, and the power mat has been out for quite a few years in different versions. They're coming out in cars. They have several different options available in terms of little devices you can put on the plate that auxiliary charge. But the problem with all of them, you have to clip something on something before it'll work, or you have to plug in a USB device, or excuse me, connector from one of the power mat blocks, which kind of defeats the purpose of even having the plate. Some industry trends. As you can see here, the Energizer is part of the QI standard. The LG plate is part of the QI standard. That's a European standard that manufacturers certify to. Means that there's cross capability, so that anything from LG, Energizer, or any QI certified standard will work on a QI certified device, whether it's the receiver side that's built into the device or the transmitter side, i.e. the plate. Power Mat has decided to team up with Samsung and Qualcomm, and they now have an alliance for wireless power. It's called A4WP. That's happened recently. That's an American standard, so we're going to have 2 different standards. Fortunately, both of them generally work with the same kind of voltage range, low voltage, so they both standards charge the typical devices. Unfortunately, an LG or an Energizer device will not work on a power mat device, and vice versa. People that own these plates may know this. If they don't, this is kind of the heads up on the dark side of induction charging. It's going to turn out to be kind of 2 different standards, probably similar to the Apple PC world. You've got a couple different players. They're all doing their own thing. The unique thing about our product, the FlexGrid product is because of the double standard, two different standards that are available, we have to support everything. The reason we decided to do that was strictly to reduce the number of returns. So downstream, as manufacturers start to release device, you have to be very specific about device matching with plate to see whether or not that'll work. You can't interchange Apple and PC, vice versa, very easily. The same trend here. Apple is starting to come out with, I guess this year, their own version of induction charging for Apple products. So we will probably add that circuit to our products so that anything we sell will work with at least the two, and if Apple decides to release their version, we'll work with theirs. So if you've seen these on TV or if you've surfed the web, then you know on some of them you have a clip-on device. We've got ours built in. So here's kind of a typical power induction symbol. The little lines with a little dot in the middle. Now, the trick to these here, some of them are easier to align for power transmission than others. The Energizer goes through quite a handshake process where it determines the quality of the link before it activates and transmits power. You can see the blue light is turned on. Let me turn it this way. And you can see if you're outside the target range, it doesn't want to link. The quality of the linkage has to be a certain level in order to efficiently move power from the plate to the device. Once it's transmitted power, you can see on the device, the light's device activates, the plate's light activates, the coupling is complete. It's a little bit slower hookup, takes a little more effort on the user's part. If you come over here to the power mat, you'll see that there's magnetic coupling along with the power coupling. You can hear the symbol going. You can see the light. Let me redo this here. So by the time you get close to the plate with your device, the power magnetic coupling with the device coupling has already been made, and then the power link is very quick. It's pretty easy to use, kind of a no-brainer thing. You can see that, you know, the thing's all over the place. It's coupled. The LG has a very similar kind of technique where it's using magnets also to help the alignment process to guarantee a high coupling and a high efficiency of moving of the power. And again, the same thing. The power link is green. The light on the device is green. We've have several different models of remote controls that we've integrated with our platform. Another symbol here. This is strictly for alignment purposes on our particular products. This will probably be a molded in little symbol that kind of shows you where the coils will be, so that as you take the coils, you line the coils up, you set them down, and the coupling is complete when you get the power indicator lights from both devices. The power mat, again, very quick, very easily. You can see by just bringing it into the kind of the magnets grab fields attract north and south, and the coupling is complete, and the power coupling. So this is a very quick on and off. The LG is a similar thing. Has the magnetic coupling. The little sound that you hear with these and the power mats help tell you that their coupling is. Energizer doesn't have the sound. It's a little slower in the handshake process to establish the link, but once it's established, the coupling is equivalent. We have an HP here, same kind of process. We've gone through quite a few different mice, just because mice might be a popular kind of an item to have. You've got a wireless mouse now, so now you can have your charging can be wireless, so that'll cut down on wires. Might be handy in the workplace at home, depending on how many mice you have. So if you have a lot of mice around or wireless, we're going to go to a lithium-ion battery. That will reduce the weight of the mouse. If you see right now, these mice with the batteries in them are very heavy. They give you a carpal tunnel probably over the years. With the lithium-ion, the weight is reduced significantly, and It'll make it easier to work. It'll feel more like a wired mouse. The weightness will be equivalent to a wired mouse. We've got it into the another device that we're doing right now is the e-readers. The coupling. We have a little right now that we're using the Nook as our feasibility model. Eventually we'll have some lights on top, or the screen will light up with the battery in it. Again, they work with all different manufacturers, which is really going to be important downstream. Fortunately, you can only hear the thing come on here, the light, the reader, because of the size of it, it's blocking the light. They have a light underneath here, which is not exactly the easiest place to see. I think some of them may be different, but the sound and everything gives you an indication that the thing is working. So we have mice, we have remotes, we have an e-reader, we've got a flashlight. The devices that we started with are strictly devices that I had around the house that I use, and I thought, well, it would be nice to build a circuit into a few of them and see just how convenient they are, and they are. The number of cycles of charges a year in a device vary quite a bit. You know, your cell phone, you'll charge quite a bit. Some of these other devices, they only require 2 or 3 charges a year. There may be half a dozen or a dozen charges, so they won't be as frequently charged, but it's still very convenient nevertheless. And I'd like to say thank you.